You're watching Round Roanoke, your source for what's happening in the Valley. I'm your host, Alicia Starkey. You don't usually think of the Goodwill when mentioning e-recycling. However, this year, the Goodwill Industries of the Valley, in collaboration with several other local businesses, will provide area residents with an opportunity to safely discard unwanted electronics, keeping them out of our area landfills. Here to tell us more about ECOday is Kelly Coleman, Senior Marketing Director for Goodwill Industries of the Valley, and Steve Waterman, Cox Conserves Co-Chair. Thank you both for being here with us today.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
So Kelly, let's start with you. Like I mentioned, you don't really think of Goodwill when you think of e-recycling, but why should we start thinking about Goodwill?
Well, everybody always thinks about bringing those items that they no longer need to Goodwill, like their clothes and their, household items that they no longer need. Well, it's the same way with electronics that you no longer need. The computers that you're upgrading, that toaster that you've upgraded and gotten the new cool red one for your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bring those items to Goodwill. We can resell them in our stores, or we can recycle them through salvage and recycling efforts that we have that also contribute to our mission.
Okay, good to know, good to know. Now, Steve, Cox Conserves and Goodwill have recently partnered to keep more electronic waste out of our landfills. Can you tell us more about this partnership?
Yeah, we're both proponents of the reuse, reduce and recycle philosophy. Cox has been a long-time e-waste event promoter here in the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Goodwill has a great reputation for reusing, recycling materials. And the partnership just came about from a standpoint of customer feedback about wanting more opportunities here in the Valley to reduce and reuse and recycle. Mm-hmm. So great partnership. We're looking forward to our continued relationship. Absolutely.
So what type of electronics are you all accepting at the Goodwill?
Well, as Kelly mentioned, there's things like household appliances, that type of thing. But it also, and this is where Cox comes into play, is computer monitors, keyboards, mm-hmm. Anything that's really related to computer equipment that folks can bring in as they get new equipment. Mm-hmm. Goodwill is there for them.
Okay, great. Now, Kelly, the e-cycling partnership does more for the community than just, keeping materials out of the landfill. Is that correct?
It is, absolutely. When you bring items to Goodwill, we always say, you donate and shop, we train, people work. Last year, Goodwill helped over 73,000 people right here in our Virginia communities get back to work through our training and employment programs for youth, adults, and seniors who have disabilities, who have disadvantages. They may be at risk of dropping out of school. They may also simply have lost their job due to company closing or layoff. And mm-hmm. how many people do we know in this economy that has happened to?
Right.
And Goodwill is there as a resource to help these folks. And last year, 68% of our revenues came through the sale of donated goods and through our recycling and salvage efforts.
Wow, that's huge. So Steve, how do you suggest people, if we drop off things like cell phones or things that kind of held private information, mm-hmm. how do you suggest people keep their private information safe when we think about recycling those items?
There's probably two ways I would recommend, Alicia, and one is, there are software programs available mm-hmm. that folks can wipe out the information, or if they would like to visit one of their computer stores or cell phone providers, they can help them with that as well.
Okay, good to know. So Kelly, this big event that's coming up in September, on September the 14th, is called ECOday. Can you tell our viewers more about that event?
Well, ECOday stands for Electronics Clean Out Day, and we're going to have 3 locations right here in the Valley on September 14th, like you said, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be at the Natural Foods Co-op in Grandin. We're going to be at Yokohama Tire in Salem, and we're also going to be at a new location for us this year, the First Citizens Bank in Daleville. And folks can come by during the event, drop off any unused, unneeded electronics, and we will recycle them or resell them in our stores. And then that also, again, like I said, helps fund our training and employment programs that put people back to work.
Well, I'm definitely excited about the ECO event, but for those of us who can't come out to the event, what other opportunities do we have, or where can we drop off items?
Well, and that's really what the Cox Conserves and Goodwill partnership is all about. You don't have to wait for events like this. Mm-hmm. You can drop off anytime, any day at Goodwill, at our stores, at our attended donation centers, the little white boxes you see throughout town, and then 24/7 at our new Edgar boxes. They have a little green man on them, and Edgar is educating that donations to Goodwill are recyclable. So all of those opportunities throughout the Valley to donate every day.
Great. Thank you so much for being here, Kelly. Thank you for being here, Steve.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
You can find out more about ECOday and other events happening in the Roanoke Valley on the community calendar coming up at the break. I'm Alicia Starkey, and you're watching Round Roanoke on Cox 9. Thanks for tuning in.